So this is the soda ash that I'm using, and I'll be using it on this flannel and then this 100% just plain cotton. And I'm going to be using vinegar on the same things. And then I'm using this alum powder on the same thing. So you have to soak these fixatives for about an hour in hot water. So this will be simmering, both of these will be simmering in soda ash water, and these will be simmering in vinegar water, and these will be simmering in the alum water. And we're gonna let that run for about an hour so that that stuff can get fully into the cloth there. All right, we're gonna get this stuff out so it can be cooling down. So I am using different Amanitas that have different colors in them. Obviously, ones that have a darker center are going to have more pigment. Some of them are very orange, some are light yellow. This one has a darker brown center. So I'm just choosing different ones that have different kinds of colors to them. The pigment is water soluble, which is why we have to find a fixative or a mordant. I did try this without any fixative or mordant, but because this stuff is all water soluble, it washed right out of the fabric. So that's why we're having to do this. So I'm going to go on, and what I'm going to do, it only takes about 5 minutes for the color to wash out of these. I'm going to check the water until it's the pigment that I want, but that does not mean it's going to come out that color. Whoa, pretty big, pretty bright, pretty beautiful. The other question is, what am I going to do with it after this? And the answer is I can't use it for medicine because these mordants are not safe to drink. So by the time we put them in here to soak them, then that stuff's going to get in here. So this makes it not usable as medicine. What you could do after you cook it, follow my tea recipe, pull some off to use as a medicine, and then dye this in what's left. I have this set, if that's low and that's high, that would be medium. I've got it about right here. We just need it warm enough to pull the water-soluble extract out of it. All right, I'm gonna squeeze these out and get the excess fluid out. So now I'm going to pull these mushrooms out of here, and then when I dispose of them, I'm not going to put them in the trash because that'll lock them up in plastic instead of returning them to the earth. And we're not just going to throw them outside because it could be harmful for wildlife. I'm going to put them in a bowl and take them outside and bury them under a tree. That is what we're working with, and those are the discarded ones. I'm going to throw these in here. Get them stirred in. And that's what we're looking at. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. I'll be back sometime later tonight. All right, well, late last night I got them out and rinsed them off, and yeah, it's a failure. So these are plant-based fibers. So next up is going to be animal-based fibers. Okay, so I have ordered a cashmere scarf, and this is going to be a protein fiber. And I've set aside the amanitas that I want to use for it, but also I made tincture, and here's some leftover amanitas for added color, so we're going to put them in the pot also. Right now, I'm going to add alum for this one as a mordant, so I've already got that pot ready to go. All right, here we go. We're going to let that soak for about an hour and get fully attached to those protein fibers, and we're going to put the amanita in here and get the dye going. I'm going to throw these used ones in here. All right, and then we got the amanitas I wanted to use. Get them going. All right, it's been about an hour. I got most of the mushrooms out. There's still some mushroom material in there, but I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna get this out of here, put it in here. All right, I squeezed it out pretty good. I'm going to pop it in here. You can see the color that we're dealing with. It says to add cream of tartar if you want to bring out more of the reds. I don't have any. I might run to the store though while this is sitting in here. I have turned it off. I don't know if you can see. I've turned it off, and I'm just going to let it sit. And the best thing that I think to do is to let it sit overnight. So I will be back with you in the morning. All right, let's take a look. Take this out and see what we're dealing with. But as I'm rinsing it off, the color's coming out. This is so sad. Look at that. I mean, it's not the stark white, you know, that it started, but This is yellow light, but it's still looking pretty accurate. It's still wet, so I don't know. That's beige. Barely beige. I could get a better color out of coffee or tea without wasting a bunch of Amanitas, so I'm going to go with no. Amanita's not a good dye. If you work with natural dyes and you think I did something wrong, please let me know in the comments. I would appreciate it, and maybe other people could learn from your expertise.